all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Partly sunny, 85 degrees, 5:20. Good afternoon on the show. Kabbalah, here's what's happening.
For 53 long years, we have watched and we have waited.
Mayor Mamdani speaking for all Knicks fans at City Hall. The ticker tape parade leading up to it. A scene for sure with people climbing scaffolding and buildings to catch a
I'm
view.
gonna be talking about this to like my great grandkids. Like, this is going down in like my diary as one of the greatest days of my life.
It was more than 3 hours before the parade started when cops announced all the viewing pens were full. Police are on the hunt for 5 people who sent 3 teenagers to the hospital in the Bronx this afternoon. New Jersey Congressman Tom Kaine has set a return date after a months-long medical leave. And coming up in 1010 Wins Entertainment, Tyra Banks returns to Project Runway. We'll tell you more about what's in the works for season 22. Yanks host the White Sox. The Mets are in Philly. AccuWeather says maybe a shower south of the city, 69 tonight. Tomorrow, less humid with clouds and sun. A breezy Juneteenth with a high of 82. Wins News Time 5:21 from the Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com Traffic Center. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Greg Rice.
Still very messy in Queens. Eastbound Grand Central approaching Northern Boulevard. You've only got the 2 left lanes open and 2 right lanes still shut because of an earlier crash. So this is why right off of the RFK and eastbound Brooklyn Queens Expressway, the eastbound Grand Central is at a standstill over to Northern Boulevard. Elsewhere in Queens, big trouble awaits on the northbound Van Wyck Whitestone Expressway combination. You're just bumper to bumper from the LIE to the Whitestone Bridge. Clearview, Throgs Neck, Bronx is going to do pretty much the same thing, and it's going to do it better. There's no better way to leave Brooklyn and get over to Staten Island and route to Jersey for the weekend. Everybody beats you to the punch. Westbound Belt Parkway, you're taking a beating from Flatbush Avenue to the Verrazano. Outbound Gowanus to slam from 39th Street. Staten Island bound Verrazano crawling on both decks, and then the westbound Staten Island Expressway, a slow line all the way out to South Avenue. After that, the Goethals is much better than the Outer Bridge heading for New Jersey. Southbound Parkway messy through Lincroft and again from Wall all the way down to Toms River. Nassau County on the Northern State Parkway westbound, we're still shut down at New Hyde Park Road because of a rollover. And the eastbound Northern State, you got to crash at Shelter Rock Road. Either way, Long Island Expressway, it treats you a whole lot better. Citybound side of the George, close to an hour on the upper, 45 on the lower. You do have a Yankees game less than 2 hours away. West Side Highway for all its faults, and it's slow out of the 70s. Everything else is worse. 30 to 40 at the inbound Lincoln, 40 out from 11th, better from 9th, 40 home at the Holland. On the Jersey side, the Newark Bay, better either way. Greg Rice, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
If you were watching on TV and said, that looks like millions, it's an estimated 2 million who showed up to the parade celebrating our NBA champs. And then after, who better than Alicia Keys at the ceremony at City Hall? She's not kidding. The Knicks didn't get a parade when they won the championship. Twice in the 70s, they were honored at Gracie Mansion in 1970 and outside City Hall in 73. But this year, no budget cuts were going to stop this parade. Fans started to gather overnight to get a spot. Ticker tape parade complete with blue and orange confetti decorating Broadway. Mayor Mamdani with a euphoric speech at City Hall.
Over these past weeks, as the Knicks kept winning, our city has come together as one. Neighbors invited neighbors over. Strangers high-fived one another in the street. Subway conductors sang their announcements and bus drivers danced behind the wheel.
Celebrity superfans Spike Lee, Ben Stiller, Mariska Hargitay, Timothy Chalamet, Chris Rock, Tracy Morgan. Former Knicks were there. Allen Houston, Carmelo Anthony, Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson. Jalen Brunson's mom, Sandra, said, in the words of Jalen, I have no words, but the Knicks point guard and finals MVP did say a few words.
New York, we really did it, man. We really did it. I wouldn't trade this for a world.
The feeling for these fans, euphoric.
You get goosebumps, you know what I mean? You can't really explain it.
53 years of energy and emotion poured out onto the streets of Lower Manhattan. William Webb is just happy to share this moment with his dad.
It feels great. It's like pretty crowded, but
What do you think of the Knicks?
they're good.
Yeah, they're okay. This was a party unlike many others.
You have the whole city out here. You have the entire city out here.
United for one team. Matt Rosenberg, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Lower Manhattan.
Now Bloomberg Money Watch.
It's been a turbulent period for mortgage rates, which shot up following the start of the war with Iran at the end of February. But the interim peace deal announced this week has reduced upward pressure on mortgage rates. Today, Freddie Mac says its weekly tracker of rates shows the average 30-year fixed loan dropping back below 6.5% to 6.47, its lowest in a month. A year ago, the rate was 6.8%. Wall Street's main indexes rose as the market reacted to traffic moving through the Strait of Hormuz again. Dow up 72, NASDAQ up 496, S&P up 80. I'm Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
I tune in about 5 or 6 times a day. I wake up, I turn on the radio.
They give me my traffic reports.
What can I say? I like news.
1010 Wins. At 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time, 5:30.
Good afternoon, I'm Bridget Quinn. Everybody from Bruce to Bono to Stevie Wonder performed at the opening of the Obama Presidential Museum in Chicago today. Former President Obama spoke before a crowd that included all the living former presidents, Biden, Bush, and Clinton.
This center could not be anyplace else. It's an expression of thanks, an acknowledgement that so much of what I hold most dear, I owe to the people of this city and the people of these surrounding neighborhoods.
The nearly 20-acre campus opening to the public tomorrow, Juneteenth, is on Chicago's South Side in Jackson Park, the neighborhood where Mr. Obama got his start. Michelle Obama spoke of her husband's achievements, noting that he won a Peace Prize. In the audience, Mr. Obama and Hillary Clinton were seen sharing a laugh about that. President Trump was not invited. If you're thinking of going, tickets are sold out through the end of October. Wednesday time, 5:31. Let's get to where you need to go. Not easy going today, Greg Rice.
Yeah, not easy going through the Bronx right now. Eastbound on the side of the Bruckner approaching the Bronx River Parkway. Looks like a crash blocking at least one, if not two right lanes. That's why the eastbound Bruckner is so slow from the RFK bridge. Problem is, the Cross Bronx isn't really going to save you at all on the eastbound side of the Cross Bronx Expressway. I'm getting word of trouble right now between Sheridan Boulevard and the Bronx River Parkway. That's part of the reason the inbound George is so slow. It's over an hour on the inbound upper level of the George, 45 to 60 on the inbound lower. And then again, the eastbound Cross Bronx stays slow all the way out to the Bronx River Parkway. There's also a Yankees game about 90 minutes away. That's not helping. West Side Highway, the slow ride from the 70s on up, but everything else is worse. Lincoln, it's about 20 to 30 in, 45 plus down from 11th, better off at 9th. Holland doesn't help. That's 45 to 60 on 2. Clearview thrives in that combination. Best option across the Upper East River. Everything else is worse. And off of the Queensbound RFK, the eastbound Grand Central still a standstill over to Northern Boulevard, where a collision on the eastbound Grand Central near Northern Boulevard has 2 lanes out. Nassau, Northern State, a westbound closure at New Hyde Park Road because of a rollover. Separate eastbound crash on the Northern State at Shelter Rock Road. LIE better either way. Greg Rice, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Let's get a check of the AccuWeather forecast. Here's meteorologist Brian Thompson.
And Bridget, it has been a very windy afternoon. We have not seen much in the way of thunderstorm activity, but winds have been gusting consistently between 40 and 50 miles per hour at times. So it will stay windy into the early part of tonight. The wind will gradually diminish as we head through the night. There will be some clouds around, maybe a shower, especially south of the city, but we really have not seen much popping up in and around the city this afternoon. So we'll have a low temperature around 69 degrees tonight. The humidity drops into tomorrow. We'll have clouds and sun, high 82. Mainly clear and comfortable tomorrow night, low 64. Great weather continues Saturday and Sunday. Sunshine, some clouds mixed in for the afternoon, but the humidity stays low. We'll have a high near 80 Saturday and 83 Sunday for Father's Day. 85 and partly sunny right now midtown. We're heading down to a low of 69 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
3 teenagers are in the hospital right now. 2 of them the victims of stabbings. The other was beaten. This all happened in the Norwood section of the Bronx. Cops say a 17-year-old boy was stabbed in the hip, an 18-year-old in the abdomen. Both were rushed over to the hospital. Another 17-year-old was assaulted, suffering bruising to his face and body. He hasn't been seen in months, but New Jersey Congressman Tom Kean Jr. says he will finally make a